Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again. As always, I thought we'd have a change of pace tonight, guys, and have a good old laugh at the lunatic leftists. I'm well aware that most of us out there do that on a daily basis anyway, but I thought we could put in a special effort tonight, particularly with what I'm about to show you. I think it'd improve the overall mood of my audience. It'd certainly improve my mood, because I'm the poor bastard who has to bring you depressing shit on an almost daily basis on my YouTube channel. Oh, excuse me. So without further ado, no more waffle. Here's the clip, guys. Take a look at this. As you can tell from that, what is it, about 30-second clip, these are the UK Army cadets celebrating the holy month of Pride Month. All hail the great rainbow god in the sky. And you can see by this clip, you have the usual suspects within this parade. You've got a couple of Tweedledum and Tweedledee types, you know, like the toys in the early 80s where you could push them and you couldn't push them over. They just sort of like wobbled like that. They had like a spherical bottom to them. I can't remember what they were called off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure you all know what I'm talking about. And of course, we had those very broad-shouldered, quite muscular, tough-looking women. women in there, and a whole host of other goblins and ghouls that you usually get at these parades. Now, my main aim is, guys, to concentrate on what Keir Starmer's been saying over the last couple of weeks / months. He has been saying how we have to start preparing for war. You know, that magical we word that MPs use when they are trying to insinuate something that no one wants to fucking do. That kind of we needs to prepare for war. Now, initially, I was highly against this. I was thinking to myself, why should I throw my kids and myself into the meat grinder to appease Keir Starmer, Rachel Reeves and the rest of the raggy dolls, and particularly King Charles, never in a month of Sundays? But I have something of a little bit of a change of heart, particularly after watching that clip. I do feel we should prepare for war and establish a fighting force to send out to war. Now, do let me finish. I shall explain my reasonings. I do believe we should gather up those cadets who've just been celebrating the holy month of Pride Month. I am well aware that they're only army cadets, not exactly battle hardened, but they've had much more training than me or you have had when it comes to fighting wars. So gather all these people up, gather up the refugees welcome mob, the socialists, the communists, the pro-Hamas mob, and the pro-trans mob and the pro-pride mob and all the rest of them. Gather them all up, put into a massive pen and do like some kind of basic training en masse and send them out to fight for this country. Why, I hear you ask? Well, it's quite simple. All the people that I've reeled off to you there tend to be filled with hatred, and they are absolutely looking for any excuse whatsoever to go and try and end someone's life. Perfect opportunity to get out all that pent-up aggression, all that pent-up hate, and go out onto the battlefield and unload a firearm within the confines of the law. I think it's a perfect situation. You can just imagine these people going up over the top, going into army territory. You'll have a couple of them knocking round the back, having about 12 steak bakes from Greg's. You'd have some of the men there painting the fingernails in the rainbow-coloured sort of like nail polish, screaming and crying in the background. And then you'll have the burly, hurly, broad-shouldered type of women going over the top and firing at the Ruskies and the Chinese and some people in the Middle East, what have you. And I thought people like me and you, conservative-minded right-wingers, could stay at home, where we could be as much more use, because I've said in the past that we have a much higher IQ than your average leftist. We could be working in the intelligence agency, nice and safe, and then once all the war's blown over and all our fighting forces have been destroyed, ultimately destroyed obviously, we can start rebuilding England. Just right-wingers, conservative-minded people having babies up and down the country and rebuilding the country from the bottom up. It's not actually a bad idea, is it, my friends? Do let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you in a bit. I do hope I've given you at least a small chuckle. Cheers.